Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 2020 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. Now, before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space and also raise our own energy vibrations. So let's take a nice deep breath in, releasing it whenever you feel comfortable. Releasing all negativity and chaos from your being. All right. Okay, so let's dive into the reading. I'm going to be starting with your chakra cards. Aries. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Angels and spirit guides, guide this reading. Show us clearly and guide this reading. Ooh, fantastic. 2 just fell right out. Oh, 3. My goodness. Okay. So we have, that's beautiful. So we have 2 soul star chakras. These are located 6 inches above your crown chakra, right? And here we have souls, healings, and angels and masters, angels and divinity. So your soul is healing as your angels and as divinity is right there with you, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then we have communication, which is the 3rd chakra. Communication is going to be paramount for you during this time. It's going to be absolutely key for you getting your point across. There are also going to be a lot of nonverbal communications going on that you're going to be picking up on, which can cause a little bit of discord within work, all right? If you're, just picking up on everybody's frustrations, everybody's doubts, everybody's fears, it can mean that you start taking them personally. When they don't have anything to do with you, it's actually that other person's drama, that other person's thing to work out. So here, know the art of communication is going to be so absolutely important to you. And it's also going to be very helpful for you to be able to look at people and read them so well and so quickly, Aries, that it's actually really going to work in your favor in the long run. It is. Right? So let's see your spirit animal, your totem animal for this time. If you see this animal in the wild or you see an image of this animal, this is really your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder, Aries, saying, remember this message. Okay. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this message and show me clearly. Oh, fantastic. So the first one right off there, because there's just too many in that pile. And let's see what they have to say. Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. There are a lot of mysteries that you are contending with, that you are looking at this time. And remembering that life is a mystery and that you don't have to have all the answers, that's going to be a powerful truth for you. It is. It's actually also going to be rather liberating, rather freeing during this time. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Aries, money and career for Aries, July 2020. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Money and career for Aries, July 2020. Angels and spirit guides, guide this message and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, guide this message. Oh, goodness. So, over here. And show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, guide this message. Show Aries what they need to know for the month of July for money and career. Angels and spirit guides, guide this message. Show Aries what they need to know for the month of July for money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, guide this message. Show Aries what they need to know. Show Aries. Show Aries. This one right here, actually. Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay, so this is your personal self, this is your heart, and this is your public self. This is the way people perceive you, see you during this time. So we have the Page of Pentacles, right? The Seven of Swords, the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy for both these signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune coming in, which is very beautiful. There's some change coming around money. Your heart, Two of Swords, there's a choice to be made. Eight of Pentacles, a lot of hard work is going into things. Right? The Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands, which is you, Aries. Right? You're coming through as a page, as a student, as a learner. Your heart is really taking on more information. Publicly, Four of Wands, which is gorgeous. Okay, Eight of Swords. Nine of Cups. Sun card. Oh my gosh. All right, so if you want the Eight of Swords to show up anywhere, you definitely want it to be followed by the Nine of Cups and the Sun card, because it really does balance it out super nicely and super powerfully. So as you're starting off here, okay, I'm going to see this. Actually, are we going to pull people? You know what? Let's pull people first. All right, just people to be aware of. We do have Earth sign energies coming through. So let's just see. What are the people? Who are the people that Aries should be aware of, cautious of during July 2020? Who are the people that Aries should be mindful of? That's it, mindful of during July 2020. Ooh, okay, yeah. Okay, that Earth sign energy is very, very powerful for you. I don't know if you can see this here. Okay, but we have the Prince and the Princess of Pentacles coming through here. So this is a very powerful energy and one for you to be mindful of during this time. This can be a person that you are working with very closely, and we can see that in your private self, in your personal self, where this person is on your mind, all right? This person can be a bit sneaky, and that's why I wanted the clarification before we went deeper into the reading, because there is a sense here of, having this knowledge, having this power to be able to move forward, because there's something that you're defending, there's something that you're looking towards, and this person is going to be helping you, gain this knowledge, gain this insight through being adversarial, all right? Through being a bit confrontational to you. It's not going to be something that you like, of course, but it is going to be something that is absolutely important. And there is a sense here. Now, this could be a man and a woman. This could be just emotional and kind of brute forcing it. So emotionally wanting to sit there, wanting to take more time with things, and this person being like, no, we have to go, we have to go, we have to go. There's no time to waste. You just keep on having to push harder and harder. I do see these people coming into conflict with each other. So you can be working with two very different people. Like one person tells you one thing and the other person tells you the other, and you get frustrated with it. But there are also these two very different approaches, and that is going to be something where you're finding balance with these two people, with their different approaches, with their different ways of looking at things. And it does kind of wear on your last nerve. It does, Aries, I'm not going to lie, but you are seeing, like, this is a time to learn. This is a time to study, to learn, to gain an understanding, to look at things deeper. And personally, that's what you're doing. And even though you might be frustrated, even though you might be overwhelmed at times, you're looking more deeply at what you want, at what you need. And you're also looking at this person, because this person doesn't come through here in a person that you need to be mindful of, doesn't come through as a king. Okay, they're knights, they're defenders, they're princesses, they're learners, they're builders, but they're not kings and queens. So they're not mature within their own power. And that can also be something where you're kind of seeing the rough edges of them, where they're trying to kind of work things out, find their path, find their way. You're not really appreciative of being kind of their guinea pig, but that's what I'm seeing here. You're learning something more. You're calling in money. So personally, there's a sense of being very focused on your wealth, on your prosperity, on the way that you move forward. You are also, there is, with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords is gathering up knowledge and moving forward, but it's also somebody being sneaky. And so just be mindful of these earth sign energies during this time for you here, Aries, but also know that as you connect more, all right, there's going to be somebody. It can be the boss. It can be, just a new way of looking at it. Somebody who's much more skilled in the field than you are or has a lot to offer is going to be moving you forward to a new place, but also you are moving you forward to a new place, a new way of looking at it. And you're not willing to take any more bull. You really aren't. You're laying down the law of what's needed, of what you want. You're also looking at new things. This is going to be a fantastic time to add to your resume, to add to your skill set. Even if you are self-employed or you're seeking to be self-employed, you sit here during this time and take in everything that needs to be taken in. All right, this is a time to learn like a sponge. And you could actually be the person that's gaining so much skill, that's gaining so much power, and you're taking it with you, and you're like, listen, I'm not doing this nonsense anymore. I'm going to be moving forward in my own way, in my own power, in my own understanding, because that's a really big energy for this time for you personally, because you're opening up doors that were once closed. You are really looking at things in a new way with a new power, and it leads you to being a king. It leads you to being prosperous, successful, bountiful, having the money come in, having the power be around you. And it also leads you to connecting with a more mature earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or again, somebody who's just very money oriented, very business oriented. Like these things come very easily to them. And this is going to be somebody that you learn from, that you really take in their knowledge, take in their understanding, even if it's just simply through a podcast or a YouTube video or, a book that you're reading. You're going to sit there and find this inspiration, and it's going to open up a new way of wealth. But it's also going to mean that you defend what it is that you've acquired, because kings have to defend their kingdoms. They just do. And so you're looking at things, and it's not being a pushover. It's not being weak or naive. It is being very smart about what you want, the way that you want to move forward, what you're looking for in your life, and what you desire prosperously to guide you. And as you're doing this, okay, you're going to find that things really start to change. And you're opened to these changes because you see that they will be impactful to your career. So the 10 in the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune, is saying that, yes, at times during July, you are going to feel like you're on a roller coaster ride. You're going to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, like, where does it stop? And why does it have to be so intense? And so as you're looking at it personally, yes, personally, it's like, okay, enough is enough. But as you are going deeper into what you desire and what you want, you're going to see that you have this elasticity, right? You have this kind of give and take and this mobility of mind that is quite beneficial for you. And it's actually going to, spark other people's interest and get their attention and take their attention from others and put it onto you, which for better or for worse, the King of Pentacles knows you, knows that you're there, knows that you're moving forward, or you're moving forward to that King of Pentacles arena, which when I say for better or for worse, what Spirit is saying here is that, sometimes the more recognition, like the more stress we put on ourselves, because it's like, I don't want to let this down. But know here that this is through dedication, yes, determination, yes, but also through a sense of power of self. A king has a right to rule because he's been born to it. And that's what we see here. It's like, I've been born to this prosperity. I was meant to be wealthy. And as that wealth comes in, remember, Spirit sees wealth very differently, and the angels see wealth very differently than we do. We see the big house, the fancy car, but they see more. They see the richness of soul, the happiness of self. And so here, when you move towards this King of Pentacles mentality, all right, you can also be taking your knowledge and leaving behind things where you sit there and you're like, I'm done. I'm done with the chaos. I'm done with the anger. I'm done with, the backstabbing. I'm done. And that's why you're going to see that life really is a mystery that unfolds for you during July. And it moves you towards a place of prosperity, of happiness, of, this sense of, I know what I want. And I'm getting what I want out of life. And as that moves you forward, let me just move back my camera just a bit so you can see better. Okay, hopefully that's better. Right? You then move to your heart, and your heart is torn between two worlds. You have the Two of Swords. You're looking at things differently, most definitely. You have options coming in, and it's like, okay, how do I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? And the options that lay before you, Aries, you're not really that thrilled with. It's like, okay, that's great, but there's a lot more to this than I thought, or there's more that I need to look at. And the way that I'm heading, it's kind of like, is this sustainable? Do I really want to be here? Because the interesting thing is your heart is connected to your mind at this time, whereas personally you're connected to money, right? And career-wise, you're connected to your career. Publicly, you're connected to your career. People are celebrating it. But there's something more that you're looking for, something more that you're looking towards. And it's going to be a very powerful time for you to sit there and, as you are a student, to look at the choices that you need to make and to be true to yourself. It's like, don't make any split-second choices during this time. It's kind of like, think them through a bit. Like, don't give any instantaneous response. Think it through, because you're going to see that when you think it through, there's going to be a third option that opens up to you, a way to move forward. And I love how you go from the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Pentacles, right? And then you have 2 8s right here. So this is a very serious time. You also have 2 9s. You are coming to a conclusion of a cycle, most definitely. But this is a very serious time for you. This is also a time where you're going to be looking at things and you want balance within your life. All right, definitely. You want a balance of understanding, of work, and of home, of, dreams and desires, and what you're breaking your tush for, what you're breaking your back for, what you're giving your time and your effort to. And so here with the Eight of Pentacles, I mean, we really see somebody here working super hard, being super dedicated. And that's what you are when it comes to your work, when it comes to what you're putting out into the world. You are super dedicated to yourself, to your passion, to what you desire. And you're carving it, you're crafting it, you're moving forward within it, and with it being around you. And as you move forward in this truth, you are guided by something more, okay? There is a sense here of needing to leave behind things that no longer fit, of needing to walk towards and be a student and enhance your craft. Because as you do so, there's a sense of being able to have the luxury come in, to have the ease guide you. And as you're doing this, you're seeing yourself truly. So yes, you're working super hard, right? And this is a time, July is a time for you, Aries, where you can definitely overwork. Definitely, it would be so easy for you to forget about everything else and just work until you just can't anymore, until you just collapse of exhaustion. Then you get up and you work some more. But you have the pages here, and the pages are with pentacles and with wands. So in your inner self, okay, your private self, you're looking at things. You're looking at your prosperity, your wealth, what you desire. And then your heart is looking at what sets your soul on fire. Why are you here? What is the reason for it all? And so there is going to be a sense here that as you're moving towards what you want, what you need to cultivate, okay, there can be this almost nihilistic, okay, or fatalistic way of looking at things where, like, why does it matter? It's all going to end up, turning to ash anyway. Why does it matter? And it matters because you're seeking new roads, new avenues. You're looking more deeply at what you want and where you're headed and, all those things. So as you're looking at things, it will be very easy to say, oh, well, just to poo-poo it. But it's around your career, okay, most definitely, because that's what we're focusing on here. But it's a new avenue. It's a new way of making money. It's a, new sense, or it's, doing something slightly differently than everybody else. And they might sit there and think, oh, wow, that's special. But, you're not really going to get any revenue that way, or people aren't going to really understand. But people wind up loving it, or yeah, you wind up standing out because of it. And it's because you're keeping your mind open, and an open mind for you in July is going to be a powerful mind. Now, is it going to be easy? Now, I'm not speaking negativity over anyone. I just have to read the cards as they come, or else what's the point? If I tell you all fairy tales and say everything's going to be brilliant and it's not, then I haven't done my job, and that's not fair to you. So here, it's like, is it going to be easy? No, it's not. I mean, the state of the world, everything that's gone on, it's all been challenging, and it's all added to our challenges. So as you're looking at things here, as you're working hard, you are going to find that there is a sense of wanting to keep things. I'm just seeing here, especially, for those of you with bosses, and yeah, they're not going to want to shake up the status quo. It's kind of like things are working, it's going, just keep it as it is, because they want to keep the money as stable as possible, because there is this sense of a fear of being overwhelmed. It's kind of like being unsure, and nobody wants that. And so here you have the sense of continuing wealth through working, dedicating, and being determined. And that's going to be one of the main things for you during this time. And what your heart is calling for. Your heart is calling for stability. Does the stability last for July? Yeah, it does. Now, is there a hiccup along the way where you see yourself regrouping, you see yourself really working hard, and then there are the doubts and the fears where it's like, well, what if I work really hard and it doesn't matter, and this happens and that happens? Is that there? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because nobody likes uncertainties, and nobody likes to feel out in the cold. But you have here this sense, and I love the progression of the 8 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles, because it shows that your hard work pays off. It shows that even though you toil, even though you sweat, even though, it's not been an easy road, your hard work pays off. And it has this sense of leisure, this sense of luxury, this sense of seeing the bigger picture. And that's what you want to focus on during this time. Because as you do, you have the Page of Wands coming forward. And this is yourself as, of course, a page, as a student, as a learner, as somebody who's gathering in knowledge, gathering up knowledge, gaining a greater understanding, looking towards a deeper truth. This is also saying that, oh, that's interesting. Spirit is saying that you might very well be like, it's not carrying notes, but they show me you having notes. It can be that people leave a lot of notes for you, like, do this, do that. But it is also that everything that you're seeing with the enhancement of your communication, okay, and your communicative skills, all right, is going to lead you to kind of making notes on people or writing things down, and you're going to find that your assessments are true. So just be very mindful of that. Be very mindful of that power that you have during this time, because things are changing, and you're starting a cycle where it's like you're bringing new eyes to a situation. You're looking at things more deeply, more powerfully. And when it comes to you at work, all right, some of you right here, you're looking for new jobs, okay? And that's where the fear comes in, because it's like, I don't know, this is not the time for this, I don't know what's going on here. So it brings in this sense of chaos. But also there's this sense of celebration, okay, of wanting to celebrate, but then your mind's saying, don't be cocky, don't be, to this, to that, because you need to be stabilizing. You need to be as prudent as humanly possible, as cautious as humanly possible. When it comes to your career, let yourself celebrate. There is going to be something here that is exciting for you, that is celebratory, that you want to rejoice in. It can be new job opportunities. It can be, just this passion coming back into your life where you're looking at things in a new and different way, and it brings back that spark. It brings back that power. And as you are moving yourself forward, you're going to be seeing a greater truth, okay, of the fact that, you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. You can look at things in this new way, in this powerful way, and then really start to pay off for you. But there is going to be the sense of worry, doubt, and fear coming in, where it's like, can I? Can I move forward the way that I need to? Do I know what I'm doing? And then you'll bring up all the times you have failed before, all the hardships, all the pains, all the disappointments, all the angers, all the upsets. And that's not going to be helpful, especially when it comes to really focusing, because we see here with the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 7 and the 8 of Swords. You have the 7 going into the 8, so you're taking your knowledge, and then it's like being trapped. It's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? But your hard work is paying off, so your mind is going to have a tendency, Aries, to make things bigger than they actually are, to make things more intense and more powerful. Not that they aren't powerful in and of themselves, waiting for when quarantine will stop, waiting for when, things can get back to normal, everything like that. There are things where you're sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, how, how can life come back to a normal, and how can I embrace this normality? And there's this sense of being afraid and of being overwhelmed. And what I'm seeing here is like, if you harness that energy into your work, right? And it doesn't have to be just working at your job. It can be something that you want to do at home, like some project that you want to start, or, taking that energy and focusing it on going for a run or something like that, where it lets it out. You'll see that you actually work smarter and are better connected to what it is that you're doing. And it leads to people really taking note of this. Now, will you see it? Not all the time, all right? But yes, she does, in this deck, she definitely does see the cups around her. But there is a sense of sometimes being so used to it that you just don't see it yourself. It's like, oh no, this is just every day, and it's not. It's really special. It's really powerful. And as you're connecting with your intuitive power, with your prosperity, with this sense of emotionally understanding what it is that you desire and where it is that you want to be, it brings forth the sun. It brings forth happiness and success and bounties. And people are really taking note of this. Again, even though you're still going to think, oh, there's so much more I have to learn. There's so much more that I want. There's so much more out there. It's like, yes, but enjoy this beauty washing over you. Enjoy the fact that people are seeing you as a winner, because that's how they see you, Aries. They see you as a winner. They see you as somebody powerful. They see you as somebody who can't be held back. They might see you also as somebody who kind of doubts themselves. And people might get a little bit frustrated with that, actually, instead of sitting there and thinking like, oh, isn't that cute? They're being humble. They're going to sit there and think like, oh, they're putting on airs because I know how talented they are. They should know how talented they are too. So with you, Aries, don't let your doubt get in your way. And also don't let your doubt, which is justified. You have very many things to be kind of skeptical of in a situation. Also, with the moving forward, with the prosperity, with the bounty, with this person that you're sitting there, you're like, are they pulling me along? Aren't they pulling me along? So it makes you doubt yourself. Don't doubt you, okay? Question other people's motives, yes, but stay true to you and your power, because people are going to pick up on when you doubt yourself and when you are questioning everything. So here, it's like, ask questions, find the answers, or don't find the answers. Know that sometimes life is a mystery, but take your blessings, because they are definitely coming. And people will be so just kind of like flabbergasted if you do not take these blessings and run deeper with them, because that's what they see you as having to do. That's what they see you as having the power of. And are they jealous? Yes. Can they do exactly what you're doing? No. No, they can't. And this brings you to the sun, to the happiest card in the whole entire tarot. It's like joy, happiness, success, prosperity, beauty. And as you're embracing that truth, let's go deeper. Okay. How will Aries... Look, show me more deeply, Aries, money and career for July 2020. Show me more deeply. Okay. Show me more deeply, Aries, money and career for July 2020. Show me more deeply. Show me more deeply. Show me more deeply. Aries, money and career for July 2020. Show me more deeply. Aries, money and career. Show me more deeply. Show me more deeply. Aries, money and career, July 2020. Ooh, goodness. Okay, interesting. Show me more deeply. Show me more deeply. Aries, money and career. Aries. Okay. So diving deeper, personally, we have the Ten of Coins, which is excellent, all right? The Five of Swords, something karmic, you're facing it again. And it's like, ooh, why? And it's because it's calling on your magic, okay? The Magician, it's kind of like, you have the elements, you have the power, you have this purpose. Don't ignore it. Judgment, your angels right there with you. The Fool, you start again. It's not starting again, it's like a new path, a new promise. And then the Two of Coins, finding balance, gaining understanding. Nine of Cups, you have it again. Right here, people are definitely seeing you as somebody prosperous also. Somebody they want to be around. The Three of Cups. Oh, interesting. And the Queen of Coins. So you have now the Queen, and you have all pentacle energy. Okay, coins are also pentacles. And this is, again, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Just be mindful that this Pentacles energy, this earth sign energy, can very well be somebody who lifts their glass up to you, who says, you know what, I am so celebrating you, I'm so happy for you, you know, Aries, you've earned this, I'm just thrilled. And yet, they're not. They're like, why not me? I deserve this more. I put in more hours. I did this. I did that. And it can also be just somebody that you're dealing with in your day-to-day life that makes you feel like, oh, just enough. It's like, enough. Be happy for me if you're going to be happy for me, but don't if you're not, okay? And let's just move on. It's like, you want them to be a straight shooter. You do. You want things to just be, yeah. You want things to be honest and open. And so here it's, in the public arena, you're seen as somebody who is quite powerful. And that's why this person is kind of, they're not coming after you, okay? They're not singling you out and saying, oh, I'm going to make your life chaos. But they're jealous. And jealousy isn't cute. It's just not. It's not a good look. And so this person is going to annoy you, very much so. But you have here, innerly, the Ten of Coins, the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, prosperity, success, bounty. This is what you want. This is what you value as much as money. There's also a new cycle that's opening up for you financially that you're going to be looking at and be inspired by, you know, see things more differently than ever before. And it leads you to the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is, as you have this come in, okay, something karmic is going to come up. It's karmic and it's real. And it's intense. Now, it can be around, oh, that's interesting. So Spirit is saying that there can almost be a pauper, you know, a poor mentality that was spoken over you in a past life, okay? In this life, it was somebody else's tale. It could be inherited through your DNA, but there's sneakiness around your power. You're holding up the pentacles and saying, this is my power, this is my prosperity, this is me. And it has to do with something karmic, okay? It has to do with a karmic lesson. It's kind of like you're breaking that cycle, but can you break that cycle? You know, and I know if you're like me, you hear like, can I break that karmic cycle? And you're like, yeah, I can. I'm going to go head at it like, you know, a battering ram and just break it down. And sometimes it's better to take a much more gentle approach, most definitely. So looking at things here and really saying to yourself, like, why? Why am I afraid? Like, why am I overwhelmed? Like, what is happening? And if you have really good reasons, you know, that's the best thing for you. But if you're sitting there and it's like, I just don't think I'm worthy, that's a good reason too. But it's not a lasting reason. It's like, why aren't you worthy? Dig deeper, dig deeper. If you like to journal, That's a way that really helps out. Some people journal. If you like to talk, talk in front of your mirror. Talk it out, work it out. Talk with your angels, talk with your spirit guides. Let yourself see, let yourself become, and release it. All right? But if you like to write things down, burn it afterwards, nicely and safely and, over the sink and everything like that. But release it into the world and say, this isn't me. This isn't me. This is a debt that I have carried. It is a truth that I have lived, and you might have lived it for lifetimes. Your family line might have lived it over and over and over again. And it's like, I'm done. I'm done. And as you're done, you have the magician right here. And the magician is magic. The magician is calling up the power. It's as above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. It's seeing the beauty of the world around you. And it's being a part of it. And it's embracing it. And it's knowing that you have all the elemental powers that you need. All the elemental forces. You definitely have earth on your side, that prosperity, that success, that rooted, all right? And you also have here air, okay? Air, thought to mold things, okay? Water also, emotions also mold, all right? And the fire that burns brightly, that is the passion, that is the radiance. And that's a part of you, Aries, that you're definitely embracing and embarking upon. And so then we move into your heart self during this time, and you're really connecting with your angels. That's why having an angel journal would be really beneficial. But if you don't want to, there is this connection with you and your angels. So listen. And that's why when you feel like you're being pulled in two directions and you're not really keen on either one of them, there's a light that comes down, right? There's a blessing that comes in. There's a way that you see things and you're like, oh, that was the answer. That's the way I should have been looking at it. Okay, that's what I needed. And that's your angels being right there with you, speaking with you, guiding you. And it leads you to feeling like a fool. It does, because you're going to sit there and be like, was it that easy? But it wasn't easy. You're just going to think it was, because now things are falling into place. So again, be mindful of being really hard on yourself. But it leads you to a new road. And it's one that you've worked really hard towards and for, but it's also going to be a payoff of everything that you've worked for, everything that you've desired. It's as you take this more bird's eye view, this bigger viewpoint at things, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's it. Oh my gosh, that's what I wanted. Oh my gosh, I can see that. It's like, oh yeah, that's my truth. That's it. And remember, every hero's journey starts off as a fool's path. Everybody laughs until you win. And now sometimes, yes, we sit there and we think our success should be the same as movie star success and stuff like that. It's like, not everybody's success has to be the same. But yet we all want it to be. We want it to look one very specific way. It's also broadening your idea of what success is. And letting your happiness count. And also letting security count. Knowing that once you have enough money kind of to pay your bills, all right, everything else from there on, it's gravy. And it's not saying to have a million bazillion dollar house, actual terms. It's letting yourself be free. And it's following a path that is right for you. It's following a destiny that you need. And that's what moves you more. It's like your hard work is paying off, okay? It's just that sometimes we don't see it correct. We're looking at things and we're comparing ourselves to this person or to that person. And it's like, no, let's just be ourselves and let's let it shine. Because with the Two of Coins, you're balancing a lot. And it has you here as a student, right? You're balancing a lot. You have the Magician who also has the Wands, who has that power before them. You have Infinity guiding you, Eternity guiding you. And you have Eternity right here. You're balancing it. You're seeing what you truly want. Where you truly want to be. And as you're looking at things, okay, you could be so busy balancing everything that you don't have the proper footing that you want, that you don't see the ships coming in around you, that emotions kind of run high and you aren't paying attention to it because it's like, okay, later, I can kind of freak out over this later, or I can be, upset about this later, but I have to focus now on this problem at hand. And it's like, no. It's nothing that you need to freak out over, but there is going to be this time where things are a lot more intense than you thought they would be, And so as you're looking at things and as you're looking at yourself, you are finding a truth, and you are learning how to balance it. And it's balancing money, it's balancing passion, it's balancing home life, it's balancing differences of opinions, most definitely with earth sign energies. It can be also with a boss or with somebody who just has a lot of authority and you feel like, wow, I should really be listening to this person, but it doesn't ring true, or you listen to them, but you just kind of like tweak it just a little bit. You give it your own spin. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Again, prosperity and success, bounty. But you are going to be seeing all the times that you had failed before, or the people that you had trusted that let you down. And you're going to be thinking, why would I do that again? Like, why would I put myself in this situation? And it's because there's something here that needs to be faced. It's going to make you feel like a fool, all right? As you face something karmic, okay? A karmic debt, a karmic stumble, all right? A karmic truth, a DNA truth. And as you see it, you're going to realize, oh my gosh, this person doesn't have the power over me, or this incident doesn't have the power over me that it once did. And now, because I handled it, I'm free. And you can find that freedom manifest itself in the oddest ways. I did an energy healing with a friend of mine, and she's so talented. And I've always been deathly afraid of mice. Deathly, like ever since I was little. Okay? And after this energy healing, I was walking and I saw a mouse. And I didn't, I could breathe. I was fine. I, kind of wanted to make sure it wasn't going to get hit by a car. Still don't like rats, but that's a different story. Who does? Even if you do, that's cool. But, there's just a way that once you heal a blockage, it manifests itself in a completely different way. And that's what I'm saying. Like with mice, it's like in a completely different way, in a way I never even would have correlated the two. So here, Spirit is saying, had me share that silly story just to say, expect it to manifest itself in different ways as you deal with this karmic issue. As you move yourself forward, it moves you forward in, oh my gosh, okay, I get it, in wealth, and it lets you be the Queen of Pentacles. It does. It lets you be the Queen of Pentacles. It also can be that you now overcome this issue that was had with money, like this emotional issue, and now this is your truth. This is your passion. This is your power. This is your baby. You get to nurture it. All right? And that's how you're going to see your career, your money, as your baby that is being able to be nurtured as you move forward. Right. So let's see the people that are going to help you, because we have the forewarned people. So who are the people that are going to help Aries in July? Ooh. Okay. No, it's too soon. In July 2020. Who are the people that are going to help Aries in July 2020? Who are the people who are going to help Aries with money and career in July 2020? Who are the people who are going to help Aries in... All right. So the Queen of Swords just made herself known, she pushed the conflict and you being a student out of the way and was like, no, I'm here. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to teach you. So Queen of Swords energy, absolutely. Somebody who's really harnessing the wind, who's really harnessing the ideas, all right? And that's going to be somebody who's very powerful for you. Very, 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 very powerful, right? Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, all right? But this can also be somebody who comes off a little cold, actually. You might sit there and really, first impression is going to be like, oh, really seriously, that person is going to help me, or, they come a bit stuck up, there we go, a bit snooty, a bit, a bit much. But you're actually going to see that, yes, they can be a bit blunt and to the point of things, but the points that they have are astoundingly valid. And the way that they want you to move forward is blunt, because they've already been there, done that. And air sign energies don't believe in wasting time. They're like, let's keep moving. And so here, you're going to have that energy of somebody who's either an air sign energy, has a lot of air sign in their chart, but somebody who's a bit blunt, a bit to the point, okay? And who's going to be like, let's go. Because the wind is guiding them. They see it. It moves through them. And you'll see it in the way that they move. They have this kind of, I want to say sprite-like movement to them. They almost move like like a dancer sometimes. Like they'll kind of skip places or hop things or move quickly, or they'll use their hands a lot when they speak. There's going to be something here that has, a free form flow to it. All right. How about anybody else? Who will be Aries allies in money and career in July 2020? Ooh, this one right here. King of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. All right. Now, what's very interesting about this person, okay, you have, I love that. You have an Irish wolfhound right behind him. So he could have, he could be a person who walks around with a dog, and it's going to either be a small dog with a huge personality or just a very large dog. Okay. But there's also a sense here of this person being very skilled at one specific area. And this is going to be where their information really rings true with you, because they're going to be very skilled in one area, know a lot about it, and help you with that. But they're also going to be interested in the wider effect that it will have, but they don't have that same connection, okay, with the wider world as they do with one specific thing. And it's going to be like a rock solid foundation that they have, this tremendous insight, these tremendous ideas, but it's going to be in one area. It's not going to be in a multitude of areas. And it has to do more with either how people feel when they see something. It's going to have to do more with a human aspect. It can even be something very mathematical, but it has a human aspect to it. Okay. Ooh, okay. So here, you are coming through as a king, all right? And a king who wants action. You might not always be able to act the way that you want to, right, to move forward, but because, you have this kingliness to you. So here is the action, the desire, the passion that guides you, that moves you. And so know that you're going to want to kind of like spring up from your seat, go after, because here he looks like, he could just charge forward at any moment. You're going to want to spring up, go forward, go after things. But there's going to be something that holds you back. It can be, everything that's going on in the world. You can't spring forward the way that you would usually, but there's something here where it's kind of like watch, wait, see, and then act. Okay, because that's going to be very important. And especially since you're coming through so kingly, like so powerfully during this time, that's going to be really important. And then your subconscious message is the King of Pentacles for you during this time, for the wealth, the money, the career, as you move forward, for the people that you have to kind of be mindful of. You have the King, not mindful of, but who will help you and be mindful. Okay, that's interesting. Who will help you is what we were talking about. So this person will help you, but also be mindful of their overall motives, okay? Because this King of Pentacles came up before in your personal line, and he's one kind of linked with a little bit of sneakiness, and we do have the Pentacles here as people that you should be mindful of. So just know that this energy does come in. It's around earth sign energy, but it can be around just like this person thinks of business as a bit of a war. You have to take down the other person to be able to succeed. And that's going to go against the way that you think of business. However, you are represented by the god of war. So, if they're going to go head to head, you are an excellent opponent. Seriously, you will give them a run for their money because you are embracing your success and your prosperity and your bounty. Also know if you're born on the cusp, okay, that you're going to have very strong Taurian energy, earth sign energy moving you forward during this time. And that's going to be a really grounding, really powerful thing for you. So you can actually be just A++ at business, at looking at things and getting the information and seeing things much more clearly than other people. So don't doubt yourself. You also have that aspect to you during this time. During this time, Aries, you have this aspect of being very kind of financially suave. So embrace that. Embrace that deeply. All right, so let's look at your subconscious tarot message. Yeah, we have you. We have you coming through in the main part of all of this in the tarot. Okay, this is the Emperor. This is you, Aries. You're represented by the Emperor in the major arcana, by the wands in the minor arcana. Power, certainty, purpose, determination. You're going to be a bit unyielding at certain things. Kings are, emperors definitely are. But with this power, with this truth, there's a bit of water running through back here. So there's this bit of connection to what Spirit wants. But you're going to need to step back just a bit because your angels are really going to be talking to you. But when you're in the midst of everything and when you're going for the kill, you're not going to be listening. So that can also be where you need to look at the two roads where you're balancing between the spiritual and the earthly plane. You're balancing what you truly want. So be mindful of that, but know that you're owning this time. I mean, seriously, you're owning it, and it's intense. And then your next subconscious tarot message is the Five of Coins. There is something here where, and for some reason, you feel like you're on the outside of wealth, or you have felt like you are on the outside of wealth, and you're being guided forward. I see this as like an angel right there healing you, connecting with you, and saying there's so much more here than you realize. Don't give up. Because subconsciously you're going to think like, what's the point? It's always a battle. It's always a trauma. It's always a drama. What the heck? And it's like, no, don't do that to yourself. Don't. Your subconscious chakra message is divine, there we go, wisdom, which is another soul star chakra, which is located 6 inches above your head. So I believe you have them all now. So you have this tremendous connection with divine understanding, divine wisdom, divine power, your angels, your spirit guides. They are connecting with you in such a way that it almost feels like they're raining down upon you, like this gold, beautiful light raining down upon you to guide you forward. And then we have your subconscious spirit animal message, which is the giraffe spirit. See the big picture. Because as you see the big picture, you're going to solve a lot of the small problems. You are. And you're going to be able to get out of your own way and say, this is what I need, this is what I want, and this is where I'm heading, and this is what I'm working towards. So that's going to be huge for you. All right, Aries, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe.